Well, hello there, and welcome back to this F1 2017 Sauber career mode. We're at round 6 at Monaco. 39 laps coming up in the race with simulation damage. I've never finished this race. This is the only track I've yet to record a finish on, and both the 2 seasons before have been 25% and I've crashed, so not much luck for 50%. However, I've just done all 3 practice sessions, and I can quite pleased to report that I didn't actually retire from any of the sessions. I think in FP2 I picked up a little bit of wing damage on one of my later laps, but other than that it's gone pretty well. Also gone pretty well is the resource points. I've managed to get purple and everything apart from the qualifying pace one where we could only manage green, so we got I think 265 instead of 285. We've also, as you can see in the top right hand corner, got a lot of resource points. Picked up a nice sponsor bonus of 750, and I did say that once all the sponsor bonuses start coming in, I'll start using them down here to get these cheaper, because I'm probably looking towards starting to build this into season 3 once we've done the final major upgrades. Of course, that one came in last time out. We're now working on this one here, and if that one comes in, we should be pretty much level with both Mercedes and Red Bull, so hoping it does. And after, well, we need 1,000 down here to unlock this one first of all, which will leave probably after qualifying the race is done around about 300, so I don't think there'll be any upgrades. However, if this part fails, I'll be able to get it next time out. And then after that, we've got just a minor and 2 majors to do, and then we've just got 3 ultimate upgrades, which I'll be leaving probably until we've managed to halve the development time once we get more classic car events. Also, we're probably quite close really to the pit stop efficiency. If we end up doing 3 in the race, which is a possibility to be honest, the way I drive around Monaco, then we'll have that unlocked, which will be 30%. But other than that, everything is okay. You can see there the R&D progress. We've got a new engine cover coming in soon. Progress history, Renault and ourselves made a nice leap up between Spain and Monaco with a major upgrade each, and Haas have also improved with a minor. Other than that, it's a slow upgrade season for some of these teams. Williams have yet to upgrade, as well as McLaren, and there's a nice big gap between ourselves and McLaren now. We're about halfway between McLaren and Haas, which is quite nice. As for the power units, we're on to number 2 now, obviously, for qualifying and the race. However, the gearbox is now into its 6th and final weekend, so we'll be able to switch that out after it's done. Last season, we took a 5th power unit for everything here and took a 30-place grid drop penalty. I'm not going to do that until after qualifying, because I've got a sneaky suspicion that if we manage to hook all our laps up together, we should be well within Q2. But I've decided that if we do get knocked out in Q3, even if we end up in 16th rather than 20th, I will then start at the back and take a 5th power unit to help us through the rest of the season. I've listened to the qualifying objective. It's 17th place, so we'll go straight into qualifying. I won't show you any highlights or laps, anything like that. The weather is going to be clear for quali and clear for the race as well. So I'll join you at the end of Q1 and we'll see if we've managed to successfully make it through to the next session. So there we are, and Q1 is complete. We've managed to do 1 time lap, and we've managed to be in 12th place. So remarkable improvement over the last couple of seasons. I am feeling more confident and more comfortable around the street circuit. Usually I seem to bounce off every wall in every car, but we seem to be nailing most of the laps, which is nice. So Q1 relegation then, or eliminated. Lance Stroll and Massa will be lining up in the back row for Williams as their season goes from bad to worse. Pascal Wehrlein has out-qualified both of them and will be in 18th. And also eliminated is Van Dorn and Magnussen. We're about 3 temps away from getting, well, about 2 temps away from getting into Q2. I reckon I can do it if we manage to hook up a low 14. So we'll advance to the next session then. I won't be too disappointed if we don't get out of Q2, but it'd be nice to get inside the top 10 at Monaco, which would be something I didn't expect to get. So we'll move on then to Q2 and we'll see if we can indeed get through into the top 10. And look at this. This is just unbelievable. In mid-13 now. That lap I hooked up in Q2 was just perfect. I don't think I could go any quicker if I tried. We're a long way off the top 4, as you can imagine. Nearly a second there. But I don't care. Look, we're into Q3 here at Monaco, which is absolutely fantastic. It means we'll be starting on the ultra-soft tyres, but I don't really care about that. So eliminated then from Q2. Palmer, Sainz, Kvyat, Alonso and Hulkenberg. So both the Force Indias, Red Bull, Mercedes and Ferrari are through, as well as Grosjean and ourselves. So we're going to Q3 then at Monaco. It means then that I won't be purchasing a 5th power unit, because we'll be starting at least in 10th place. But the pace we're showing here, if I could do another sort of mid, maybe even a low 13 here, we could be well up the grid. So yeah, we'll go through to Q3 then and see if we can do some sort of magic and start near the front. Well, look at that. 6th place at Monaco. We've legitimately out-qualified both the Red Bull cars, Ocon's Force India, and our rival, believe it or not, Grosjean as well, and completed qualifying and had no problems at all, and even improved our time from Q2, a 1 minute 13.2. Really happy with that. I wouldn't have thought that the best qualifying position we'd have had all season so far would have come at Monaco, but I'm absolutely buzzing for that. Now we've got the difficult bit, 39 laps around Monaco, to try and hold on to a points position. Firstly, I want to finish the race, but secondly, I do want points now in this race. I think it's a possibility as long as we keep it clean, because we've got a good pace. So yeah, we'll look forward to this race then. So the resource points for qualifying, it should be 105, I believe. Yeah, it will be, which is nice. 1,280 now, very nice indeed. Rivalry update, we both completed the qualifying, but I out-qualified him by nearly half a second. So we're now 5 points ahead in the rivalry. And as long as it stays that way after Monaco, then we should be looking good to lock this one away. And the reputation level would have continued to increase with the majority of the teams. McLaren, as ever, now at 100% as usual. So we'll listen to the voicemail for the race, see what the target is.
Hi, Emma here. Just wanted to let you know what the team are hoping for in the race.
Finishing 13th and beat Grosjean. Yeah, we'll have to see about that. Hopefully we can survive. I don't think there's too much else to look at now. Let's have a look at the bits and all that. Yeah, we should be okay. Gearbox now at 67%. Okay then, so we'll go to the race. We'll have a look at the race strategy. It should be dry throughout. And see what we can do from our best qualifying of the season so far, 6th place.
We're almost ready to go then. This is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Bottas, Sauber and Ricciardo, Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Alonso and Sergio Perez, Fiat, Ocon, Jolyon Palmer and Verstappen, Magnussen, Wehrlein, Felipe Massa and Lance Stroll, Sainz and Stoffel Van Dorn completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So the grid's being changed around a little bit. Handful of penalties for some of the drivers, including both the Force Indias and I think Verstappen. Means we're starting 5th place on the grid. The only 4 cars ahead of us, of course, are the Ferraris and the Mercedes. So we really are the best of the rest going into this. Starting on the Ultras, moving on to the Supers. Oh, looks like there is going to be a little bit of rain towards the end. That will make things a little bit interesting. We'll start with 4 laps extra fuel. Can we edit the strategy at all? No, we have to start. Yeah, of course we do. Yeah, of course we do. We have to start on the Ultras because that's the tyres we used in Q2. So then, it's going to start off sunny, then progressively get a bit cloudy, and there might be a little bit of a rain shower towards the end, which will make things very interesting. On the Ultras, over to the Supers at some point. Hopefully we can keep it clean and have decent pace in this race. I'm expecting the top 4 to disappear, but if we can hold on to 5th for as long as possible, then I'll be very happy. 39 laps in. Strap yourselves in because this is going to be one hell of a bumpy ride. So here we are on the grid, 5th place at Monaco. Can we survive? Lights out. Not the worst start in the world. We'll hold the inside line into turn 1. Oh, we managed to get the jump on Bottas as well. Yep, up to 4th. So that one completed. I've got a bit of a train behind me, as you can imagine. The car feels a lot different with heavy fuel. So just coming to complete lap 3. Starting to get used to the balance of the car with heavy fuel. We're also running rich mix as well to try and pull as much of a gap over the midfield as possible, so when we pit we don't get stuck behind traffic. Feeling quite comfortable at the moment, and you can see there we are starting to pull away from some of the guys behind us as well, so we haven't got a train behind us much longer. Okay, just completing lap 7 now. It was all going well, but just a few seconds ago I've clipped the wall in sector 3 and just damaged the end plate on the front right. You can see there, so that's going to hurt us a little bit, but we're still doing okay for now. I'm starting to struggle now. I think the front wing and the tyre wear is now starting to take a bit of an effect on me. Lap times are dropping, so I'm going to pit at the end of lap 14, the lap we're currently on. Super soft tyres, and we'll fix the front wing as well. So we are then in the pits. Everyone else is carried on. I am probably going to drop behind her, but I think we're on for a net 10th place once all the guys make another pit stop. So Grosjean ahead of us. He's just rejoined the race, and he was at the back of that train of cars that were behind me before my pit stop. So hopefully we may be able to get an undercut on a few other guys, but we're stuck behind slower traffic now, so this is not going to help. Got to be careful. I do not want to be damaging my front wing on the back of one of these cars. Half distance then. There's an absolute train of cars ahead of me, but some of them have yet to pit. So I think we're still on course for a handful of points here. And Jeff's just come over the radio saying rain is forecast for about 10 minutes from now. That's going to make things even more interesting. I wonder if some of these guys that have yet to stop are sort of holding out for the rain. Finally Alonso pits then, so let's be back up inside the top 10. The field seems largely spread out at the moment. Where are we? We're 25 out of 39, so we're almost 2/3 of the way through. 10 to 15 minutes now for the rain, so the rain shower keeps extending, and at this rate we'll get it with just a few laps to go. It's coming in to start lap 31. Only a handful of laps to go now. Got to save some fuel at some point. I'm trying to hunt down Grosjean here, and we are slowly catching the guys in 7th and 8th, but I think 10th place is the best we can do unless something else happens ahead of us. Oh, and something's happened down at the harbour chicane. Look, there's a handful of cars down there, yellow flags as well. What the hell has happened there? Looks like everyone's managed to carry on. Bit of a pile up there. Oh, we've lost 5th gear. We've lost 5th gear somewhere. That's going to be a real problem. Gearbox was on its last legs. Oh, and here comes Ocon. Oh, I can't believe we've lost a gear and now we're out of points. I really can't believe it. So coming into lap 35. 5th gear is now back, but Ocon's about 4 or 5 seconds up the road from us. Has started to rain, and I reckon if we have to go into intermediates, maybe 2 or 3 laps to go, I think I'll do it anyway, because if I copy everyone else, then we're not going to be in the top 10. And I've got to do something different now because the gearbox letting us down to try and get back inside the points. Yellow flags in sector 1 though, someone's retired. Into lap 36 we go. 4 to go, including this one very wide, and Pascal Wehrlein is out of the race again. My teammate is out. Oh, what the hell? We've just been hit by Palmer as well. Are you kidding me, mate? Get out of the way, you fraud. Oh, come on, mate. You're so slow now. So we're going to pit now to fix our front wing because Palmer's absolutely wrecked it. Get out of the way, Ricardo. So we're going to come into pits now then, change onto the intermediate tyres and fix our front wing, but all hope of a points finish is now completely out the window. Oh, DRS is now disabled. How slow these people are. We're already up to Magnussen. Should be an overtaking to chicane. Oh, a little bit of contact, force him off the track. My bad. Mercedes is very slow, Hamilton, so we'll drive around him. Oh, 2 cars have made a mistake at the chicane. We're up to 12th place. These drivers can't seem to keep it on the track at the moment. So we've got Verstappen ahead of us then. Coming up into the line. Let's see if we can get him into the second to last, into the last corner if we can. We can. Oh, a little bit of contact there. We damaged our wing, but we're in 11th place then, so it isn't a point, but it is a finish at Monaco. Well, that was a shame, wasn't it? We'd been in a promising position throughout that race, and with about 6-7 laps to go, it just went absolutely crazy. We lost fifth gear in the gearbox, and Ocon managed to get past us because of it. Then Palmer tried to go past us up the hill. He's hit us, put us into the wall, and damaged our wing. We then pitted onto the intermediate tyres and had a bit of a charge back through, and unfortunately, we finished in 11th place. So we haven't scored a point when for the majority of it looked like it was going to happen, but we did finish our first race at Monaco, so I'm very happy with that. Good performance by myself throughout the race. Just at the end there we just got a bit unlucky, which is a shame, but you know, it happens. But yeah, at least we managed to finish. So Vettel's won, Hamilton second, Bottas in third. Kvyat's managed to recover up into 7th place as well. Grosjean arrivals picked up 2 points, and Ocon picks up the final point for 10th. Yeah, we got past Verstappen right at the end. A bit clumsy as well, but we managed to do it anyway, so I don't care. Sainz, Palmer, Magnussen, they was all a lap down, as was Massa, Alonso, Stroll in 18th, Van Dorn in 19th, and Pascal Wehrlein. Again, our teammate retiring from a race. I think that's 4 in the last 6 now, so not too sure what's going on now. But we'll have a look at the standings. Bottas is still in lead by 10 points over Vettel, who's moved up to second, with Raikkonen third, Verstappen fourth. Hamilton still down in 6th place, 30 points behind his teammate. We remain in 9th on 21, although Grosjean has caught up a few points by finishing in the top 10 today. And then further down, still a few drivers yet to score points. In the Constructors, Ferrari lead by just 8 points over Mercedes, and Red Bull are not exactly too far away either. Force India safe in 4th, Renault have moved up to 5th place ahead of Haas, and we've dropped down to 7th, so a bit of a battle there between ourselves, Haas and Renault. I'd like to finish 5th in the Constructors, I think it's possible. So yeah, we'll move on to the next race then, but good fun anyway in that race. Very stressful. I don't think I spoke a lot, to be honest, just trying to concentrate as much as I can. But 11th place anyway, so it could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse. So the resource points then, this will be a bit low unfortunately because we lost positions compared to qualifying, but still another 71 anyway. And the resource points for first driver bonus, nice in practice and qualifying, only a few in a race. Another 54 takes us up to 1,405. The rivalry update, we actually managed to draw that, even though Grosjean did finish ahead of us, so we're still 5 points to the good with 7 points left, so I'm pretty confident we can see this challenge off. And team approval's gone down a little bit with a few teams, but still is risen quite well with Williams. They're now a clear 2nd place. We did finish 13th for high and also beat our teammate. And the career score for the weekend as well should be quite nice after qualifying and practice sessions. Again, well over 10,000. 15,500. It could have been better in the race, to be honest, but I'll take that. Some good points as well. We haven't got a classic car event, so we'll move straight on to the R&D screening and have a little mess around, see what we can do. As for the core competencies, I think I'm now just one away then for getting 30% quicker. So we're starting to move on with this. I've just looked here. First drive bonus is actually 40 out of 60 races. I thought it was 50, so it'll be into season 4 by the time we get the 15% bonus. I thought it was actually out of 50, but not 60. So I've got that wrong, but never mind. And we're also 7 classic car event away from the ultimate unlock as well. So I think both of these will be done in season 4, but this one will certainly be done next weekend. So then we've got 1,405 points to spend. I did say I wanted to get this a bit cheaper. Means 10% resource points. Yep, so we'll do that then. We'll develop that upgrade. That leaves us with 405. Can we do that? No, it's 600 and these are 900. 405. What can we do? 405. Can we maybe... I mean, that's 300 to do that. The chassis as well. I don't really want things going wrong. That's fine. No, I'm going to leave it there. So we've managed to knock 10% off the aerodynamics, which is one thing I'm going to be focusing on to get that cheaper every time we get a sponsor bonus in as well. As for the upgrades, we've got that one coming in next week. Hopefully that does come in, and hopefully will put us level with Mercedes and Red Bull, which is nice. And then after that, we can do another major upgrade that might put us into the lead. You never know. So that's that then. That's Monaco all over and done with. I'll move back to unit number 1s for, I believe Canada will be the next one. It is. So we've managed to, well, in fact, we failed to finish Australia, didn't we? So it's been a bit of a patchy season so far. Some good results, but also some disappointing ones. But we'll move on then to to Canada, which is next. So thank you very much for watching this episode. I'm very happy, don't get me wrong, that we managed to finish Monaco. Just a bit upset that the last 5 or 6 laps were just a bit of a nightmare, really. But, you know, these things happen. I'm just happy to finish the race anyway. Hopefully Canada will be a bit better for us. So thank you very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you all for the next one very soon.